And now we air our final in a series of interviews on the sidelines of the OurCrowd conference in Jerusalem that took place last month. ILTV had the opportunity to sit down with Fleur Hassan Nahoum, the deputy mayor of Jerusalem. Let's take a look. All right, so I'm here with Fleur Hassan, the deputy mayor of Jerusalem and co-founder of the United Arab Emirates Israel Business Council, as well as
the Gulf Israel Women's Forum.
Absolutely. And so let's start. First of all, incredible event today.
Amazing. Over 9,000 people in Jerusalem, our capital city, hundreds of venture capital firms, hundreds of startups, thousands of investors, and it's thrilling to see that the startup nation is alive and kicking.
Absolutely, really, and everything happening here in Jerusalem, Israel's capital. Now, I'm curious to talk a little bit about the Abraham Accords and the Israel relationship with the Gulf states, because we do see here some delegations from the Gulf states, from Morocco, for example. So can you tell us a little bit about this?
Absolutely. So this is the first, this is the 10th year of OurCrowd. Apart from the COVID years, they've been doing a conference every year, and this is the first year with the proper delegations from the Gulf, because it's the first proper conference after the Abraham Accords have been signed. And that has changed everything. The fact that Israel can now really, truly be a regional partner, facing regional challenges with our neighbors, is so thrilling. It's the way that the world has to move forward. It's a way of solving the issues of this region, which are mainly water security, food security, and these accords means that we can do that. And this today is that platform where we're doing it.
Amazing. And I'm interested if you could maybe expand a little bit on some of the collaborations that we're seeing between Israel and the Gulf states.
The most significant deal has been Mubadala, which is the United Arab Emirates government development funding company, has bought stakes in Israel's energy future. They are now part owners of Delek gas explorations, and that means that they are confident in the energy future of the state of Israel. They've bought a stake in it. So that, I think, is probably the most significant deal to date. But we're seeing deals all the time in every single thing that you can think of, a lot of import-exports, food products, metals, so on. There's so much going on. They've quickly become a very significant trade partner. Last summer we signed a trade agreement with the UAE. The rest is on the way with Bahrain, Sudan to a lesser extent, but that's also coming. Some other Arab Muslim countries of Africa, like Chad, we had the Prime Minister here last week. And so the region is changing. There's a new realignment. The realignment is not now the Arab-Israeli conflict. The realignment is the countries that want peace and prosperity against the countries that want destruction and radicalism. And that is basically what we're seeing. And this really is the expression of that, with optimistic trade numbers. We've now on $3 billion in trade.
Wow.
If you look 3 years back, it was a couple of $1 million a year. It's just incredible.
So the Abraham Accords really bearing fruit in a very short time, 3 years' time.
It's changed our world here in this region.
And so what's in store for the future? What can we expect in terms of more collaborations, whether in tech fields or other fields?
I think we're going to see major collaboration in many different fields. It's difficult to say at the moment. I will go back and say water security, food security, cyber security. These are kind of the regional problems. And there is a lot of defense collaborations, but we don't see this here expressed at this conference, but that's also a very important vertical of the Gulf trade partnerships.
And how is Jerusalem taking part in all of this?
Well, I take my hat off to OurCrowd, because I'm sure all of this might be easier in Tel Aviv. But I believe that Jerusalem is the right place to do it. OurCrowd is in Jerusalem. We are the capital city of the state of Israel, of the Jewish people, but also we're the most diverse city in the country. 40% Arab population, 25% ultra-Orthodox population, and the models that we develop here to create a shared society to solve the problems. These are also the models that will serve us in the region. So Jerusalem is significant and is the right place for many, many reasons.